Alright, back at it again with another rank 4 character. It's almost like that there was a big sale or something, but yeah, my next rank 4 is YELENA, and this champion is obviously a defensive nightmare, and I'm honestly scared with like how much potential this character has on defense with like the right nodes. And we kind of saw that with this last meta where she was just like an auto win pretty much. So yeah, I think that she is a great investment. I think she is one of the better skill champions to rank up in this game. And with so many bullseye counters coming out, and some of those bullseye counters not really translating to YELENA counters, I think this character does have like the most value right now when it comes to defense. So yeah, there is rank 4 YELENA right next to Lumatrix and the GOAT Mole Man, but now let's show some gameplay of this character. This first one here is Whittle Down and Bleed Vulnerability, as well as Special Burst Tranquilize, and that last line there does help me talk about one of her abilities, which is Endurance. Now, Endurance is gonna be like the next skill thing for sure. My issue is I think YELENA's Endurance just really isn't all that. It can't stack, and I think it has like a pretty like weak potency at base. It feels like a defensive Endurance for sure, and I feel like even though Endurance is the next thing for skill characters, I feel like she won't be a part of that new wave. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. I feel like it's not anything to like talk about too much, so let's move on to the cooler things, which is her elimination mode, which is her powerhouse mode, because oh my gosh, her damage output in this mode is absolutely phenomenal. It's guaranteed crits. Whenever you do a guaranteed crit or just any crit, you inflict a bleed passive, and with your bleed vulnerabilities, you just stack up a ton of damage, and it is so fun. And yeah, the payoff is so worth it, man. It's such a nice rotation, it's such a smooth loop. And you can go for like some reversals, but honestly, man, that just kind of ruins the pace or like the flow of YELENA, because in my opinion, this is one of the most aggressive and like fast-paced characters in the game, because it's all about just doing damage, and it's just all about getting those guaranteed crits in, hitting into block with those guaranteed crits. Like, you are just always attacking, and it's a very aggressive loop that's really fun to play, because I love characters that are just like hyper aggressive, that just do so much damage, and it's all about just hitting the opponent 24/7, kind of like, you know, let's see, like Adam Warlock. He's all about that like hyper aggressive pace. Feel like she does have a bit of resemblance in that sense as well. So yeah, here I dropped the SP2, and dude, the damage output is just absolutely insane. And yeah, like the Adam Warlock thing does make sense, because she does lose combo in her elimination mode whenever you try to block. So you don't really want to block because you'll lose combo, which does lose some tempo. But otherwise, you just have this really good damage dealer that is honestly on the faster side of skill characters. And yeah, fights done just like that. So yeah, with like her guaranteed crits, with her bleed and bleed vulnerability, you just have all around damage output like coming from different sources that all add up to make for a great character. Now we have this, I think it's like this evade lane, and this is like one drawback of YELENA. She doesn't have access to an evade or miss counter until she's in elimination mode, and you have to get 100 combo meter to activate that mode, and that can take a pretty long time. Thankfully, with this node, the evade is turned off with the precision from the intercept, and that does give us guaranteed crits immediately, and that is massive for YELENA, because those guaranteed crits give her those bleeds, and those bleeds plus the crits just tear the house down. And yeah, the matchup is over just like that. But like I was saying, so you have to get 100 combo meter, and to play this champion, I haven't really like explained that yet. You just want to build up your combo meter by doing various things such as intercepting or just hitting the opponent regularly. She does have an extended combo meter where like she does gain bonus hits just by attacking, and like if you knock down the opponent with like a heavy attack, you gain like 10 extra combo as well. So she has various ways to like expedite getting that 100 combo meter. So it's not the longest thing ever, but it does take some time, and it's not an immediate thing. I love champions that have immediate utility, like for example my boy Mole Man having the true accuracy at the start of the fight. But yeah, like it's honestly kind of annoying. It does require like a bit of build up to get to that really good utility, but like once you have it, it's there for a while, and like I said, it's really good. And that matchup was pretty easy as well, because that was a matchup where she could showcase her poison immunity, which she is immune to, so yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good thing to show. Now we have the Invade matchup, and this matchup is insane because look at the block damage, dude. This is one insane thing about this character. She can crit through block, and so with Invade and other nodes like similar to Invade, she just is absolutely unreal. She is one of the best attackers in the game for these type of nodes, and I don't think I finished the rotation, my bad. But like I was saying about the rotation, you want to build up to 100 combo via like various ways, such as heavy attack knockdown. You also want to do like 3 heavy attacks to get your bleed vulnerabilities active. Then you want to drop the SP2 or any special attack once you have over 100 combo to activate elimination mode, and elimination mode gives you your guaranteed crits. And you also just have like the bleed vulnerabilities paused for a while, and if she is awakened, she has that access to the evade and miss counter. So yeah, that is like the main thing about YELENA. She's all about those guaranteed crits, all about getting that elimination mode active. She can also do like reversals in elimination mode, but it just like really slows down the pace. It's not worth doing on attack, it's purely defensive. And yeah, she absolutely crushed that Invade matchup once again. But now we have YELENA with the Recoil Masteries, and this is where things get a bit crazy, man, because with most like guaranteed crit characters such as Bullseye, Mole Man, Hitmonkey, the Recoil Masteries are insane, because what designers usually do is they don't give guaranteed crit champions increased attack rating because they know it's already just broken as is having guaranteed crits. Except for the Mole Man guy, he gave him like a ton of attack rating sometimes, and that's why Mole Man is so broken as is. So shout out to the Mole Man designer, real Chad right there. But yeah, like with the Recoil Masteries, you get 60% increased attack rating, and that translates really well with these characters that typically don't have that much like that many ways or just like any way to increase their attack rating at base. And yeah, the result is just like absolute insanity, man. It is really good damage output. She is just crushing this Red Hulk matchup, and it is going super smooth at this point. The fight just feels over, to be honest, because like what can he do? Like what can he really do? We're doing so much damage. The bleed is doing so much damage. I'm pretty sure our damage is getting a bit gimped with the physical resistance of Red Hulk, but besides that, we are just absolutely chilling. We go for a relic into a combo, and that should do it. So yeah, that was like a minute and something for that Red Hulk, which has like 1.5 million health. Yeah, that was a minute and not a lot, so that's pretty sweet. Now we have the boss matchups. We have this Sandman boss right here. One thing to note about YELENA is if the opponent is bleed immune, she inflicts a burst of direct damage instead, so you pretty much cannot escape her damage output like on crits, because yeah, like if you're immune to it, you take more damage. Fun fact. So don't be immune to it, you will definitely pay for that. The best way to counter her on defense is by using a champion that takes minus 100% bleed damage and isn't immune to the bleed. So champions like Onslaught, for example. But yeah, otherwise, she is just terrifying, right? She's one of the most scary defenders as of recent. But then again, they've been dropping new defenders like it's hot, man. It is crazy. Like there's so many good defenders as of recent, so she doesn't really feel like she doesn't really feel like out of the ordinary, if that makes sense. But then again, she still has really like good attack power. Like, she is really fun to play. The damage output is really good, while her utility is pretty much defense oriented. She still has some pretty fun like tidbits on attack with like her guaranteed crits, her evade and miss counter. But like I said, I'm not really a big fan of it because you have to do a bit of ramp up to get to it, and I always just have a problem with that. I'm sorry, it's just who I am. I love immediate utility. I will always like treasure that as the best mechanic to have in a game. Just like having immediate access to like something is so good. But yeah, that matchup though, this Sandman matchup was just absolutely demolished, and she is so good against these bleed immune characters. That's one other like good piece about her. She's really hard to stop on attack because if they're bleed immune, doesn't really matter because she can just do the direct damage that actually does more damage. So really hard to stop this champion. And like for example, this node right here, it's clean slate, so like he will go debuff immune, so that takes away our bleed vulnerabilities. But it doesn't really matter since our damage is like all passive and just like all guaranteed crits anyway, so it doesn't really matter if we can inflict debuffs because her damage is like direct and it's passive and you don't need anything to access it. So yeah, like that's one other good thing about this character as well. But like if you need the debuffs, she does have it, which is always good as well. But yeah, this is one of her better matchups because Spot is a champion that doesn't have an immediate defensive threat. You have to build up his spot charges to get him into his untouchable mode, and once he's in that untouchable mode, you pretty much will have your elimination ready, so you can just like drop the SP2 and then he'll just like not be able to miss you at all because you have, you know, your elimination mode active. You cannot be evaded or missed, so you're just absolutely chilling. But yeah, here he's going to go for the SP2, and I feel like he's been approaching untouchable for the entire fight now, so let's just get it going, buddy. We've been waiting for it to happen. And like right there, the reversal I didn't want to use, right, because it does take away some tempo, but it is a great safety net. It is really good for just like being able to immediately get yourself out of a bad situation where like you are getting punished or hit. And also, that is a great example of defensive utility being good on attack. One other thing that is pretty good on attack for this character, even though it's mainly a defensive thing, is the fact that she caps attack rating. That is really good for just making her extra tanky, and it does show very well in like a lot of matchups that this character does not take damage, it feels like. She is a very tanky champion, very safe to play, very easy to play at that, so like having that combination of being safe and easy will make her a fan favorite for a lot of players that really just enjoy those characters, those like not really stressful, like very easy to understand, and like if you mess up they have your back type of champions. And I feel like I love those characters as well. Like I do main Mole Man, who is one of the safest champions in this game since he can just block anything in this game. But yeah, we have this Scorpion boss here, and this guy is kind of annoying with the unblockable, but otherwise not the toughest thing to manage, and once we're in elimination he cannot evade at all. But then again, one other thing about this champion is her combo that goes crazy, because Scorpion here has this ability where if you get a certain combo, you can actually like disable his Scorpion Sense evade. So yeah, he becomes a non-threat and he becomes like absolute cake. And that was a very fun video to record because yeah, YELENA is just so much fun, dude. Really fun champion, really good at what she does, which is just being a defensive terror. So yeah, I think she's gonna pay off really well at rank 4. Cannot wait to showcase her more, have some more fun with her, but of course cannot wait to place her on defense and just let her do her thing. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on YELENA, and yeah, that's about it for me.